Let's talk today about list cleaning to keep your deliverability high. A lot of what goes on is, and this happens a lot, is a lot of people, you get a list, especially when you're first starting, and you've worked really hard to grow your list, and now people tell you you have to clean it because there's people on there that are dead leads and they're become spam traps and things like that. And so it's very disheartening for a lot of people, especially when they're first getting started and first email list, to think that they have to like get rid of emails. And unfortunately, that's true. Is there's just things that happen. People fall away. They lose email addresses. They don't use it anymore, and then it's abandoned, and all sorts of things. So it's really important to actually clean your email list because those dead emails actually drag down your engagement rate. It drags down your open rates. And so what happens is if you don't clean it, as it drags it down further and further, your open rates go further and further down as well. And that actually ends up hurting your email deliverability. And so, if your open rates are below 15%, that usually starts to the internet service providers usually will start to degrade your emails and then likely go to the promote folder or spam, but they won't inbox properly. So, inboxing means that when you email someone, it goes directly to their inbox and they see it. That is the best way to do it. If they think it's a spam email or they think it's a promotional email, all of a sudden it goes into a different folder, and then it's less and less likely to be seen by the person that is receiving your email. So that's why you want to make sure that you are cleaning your list on a regular basis. And so there's ways of doing it ongoing, and if you've had a list for a while, there's ways of cleaning it all at once as well. So there's kind of different ways. So obviously, you want to identify inactive subscribers. So inactive subscribers are ones, and you can set the different parameters for that. Anything above 60 or 6 months and outwards is usually someone that is likely not even engaged. So those are folks that you can put into a segment. And so email autoresponders have a lot of ways of segmenting your leads based upon how they're opening. And so I have like a 5-star approach that I use is looking at as people open so many emails per window. I look at, star ratings of those. But people that haven't opened an email in 6 months or further is usually a dead lead at that point. So you want to segment those folks out. You can keep them in your autoresponder if you really want to. You can export them into like a CSV file, but you really should be emailing them. You really want to hone in on the ones that are actually there. And you can run those through a re-engagement campaign. A re-engagement campaign is essentially just for a number of weeks, every few days, you send them a content email with an engaging subject line. And that's something short, something punchy, and just give them value. Give them something free. Hey, free gift inside or something like that. Give them a PDF to some sort of ebook that's similar to whatever niche that you're in. There's a lot of great, if you're in like the any kind of like self-help learning knowledge type of businesses, even internet marketing, there's a lot of like out of print books that have PDFs and you can get those and send those. So that's like an easy way of doing that. Same thing with like if you're in the fitness world, any kind of fitness information, there's lots and lots of information on that. So you want to give good content for that. And then those that do re-engage, that come back, then you can put them into your main email sequences, and that's going to really help to clean your list that way. The other thing you can do is remove any hard bounces or invalid emails. So those are things that you can do. Is anybody that is just not going to, you have, it'll show you all the bounces that are there, invalid emails. So there's a soft bounce and a hard bounce. Soft bounce means that it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad email. but just bounced, one or two times. A hard bounce meaning that's an invalid email, so definitely get rid of those. You could keep the soft bounces for a little while, but I would segment them out and try to do an engagement campaign, see if any of those come back. And then, of course, basic looking at your list based on engagement. There are, like, if you have like a 45-day window and you're emailing every day, you could look at like someone that's considered a really hyper engaged person is if they're opening at least half of those or more. Four, what I call like a 5-star. 4-star would be, say, 10 in every 45 days. 3-star would be, half of that 5. 2-star would be, a couple times. And 1-star would be they both open at least once in the past, 30, 60, 90 days. And that would be kind of how I would segment my list. And depending upon your autoresponder, some of them can do it automatically. The segments can be based upon a sliding window of engagement of how many people open up in the last 45 days, etc. So if that's available, you could definitely set that up. And so then you're looking at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 stars. And then you're only emailing you can email your 5 and 4 stars pretty much every day. Your 3 stars and 2 stars. You could do, 2 or 3 times a week. And 1 star, you do like once a week or maybe twice a week. And that's kind of how you can, the people that are the most engaged or not can do that. They can go up in stars as well. They start opening more of your emails. All of a sudden, they're higher engaged, and they'll be put into the 5-star, and they start getting more of your daily content. What's great about that is you actually can get your email open rates at a really, really high level. A lot of our 5-star, when I send out a 5-star email, I'm getting 75, 80% open rates. And that just really helps with your deliverability, because then all the ISPs are showing like, okay, wow, I'm, like Google is an internet service provider. All the Gmail is going to say, okay, this is a great email. This sender has a great score, and so therefore I'm going to inbox everything they send. And so it really helps me to inbox there when you're doing those types of things. And then if you want to regularly monitor it, you want to do it probably every 30 days. If you do it every 90 days at least, that would be good. If you have it automatically segmented like that, it'll actually help you because a lot of them will drop off automatically. And I have like a 0-star one as well, where it's people that have never opened or clicked on an email, and those are ones I just never email in my regular stuff, and those ones you can do re-engagement campaigns. So there's that as well. The other thing you can do is go through a list cleaning type service. There's a number of them out there. One that I've used is called Clean13, KLEAN 13.com. That's one I've used. It's actually really, really easy to use. You just basically upload your list as a CSV file, and then you can clean it there. And it'll give you all the different categories to put it in. And that also finds spam traps. So sometimes you'll have emails. So if an email goes and gets abandoned, sometimes these spam companies actually will take over that email and create a spam trap and looking for lists that aren't, it's a little bit shady, I think, but this is what a lot of these spam monitoring companies do is they essentially take those over, and then if you keep sending email to this, it looks like it's opening, but it's actually a trap. And so what these cleaning services do, they find those and you can get rid of them. So that's kind of a nice thing to do. And if you haven't done that to your list in a while, it's pretty inexpensive to do. So I wouldn't worry about the cost of it too much. So that's something that you can do, and it just helps to clean your list and get all those ones that are negatively giving you, bad spam complaints as well, because those go on your like Google Postmaster, things like that, spam complaints. That's how that gets added to it. So there's a lot of great things you can do. Just start to, if you're just starting out, maybe it's not a huge deal at the moment, but, realize that, people that come on your list don't always stay on your list forever. And a lot of them go dormant. So it's okay to let them go. It's actually better that you do. because your email deliverability to the people that do want to hear from you and listen to you will actually will be able to actually inbox to them. If you keep hold of everybody, then all of a sudden your deliverability goes down, and then the people that actually want to hear from you won't, even though you're trying to hang on to everybody. So hopefully that's been helpful, and I'll talk to you next time.